Gravity affects all objects around the Earth. Gravity is a force that pulls up the bodies towards the center of the Earth and attracts them to it. It affects all objects that contain a mass, like us, maybe a coin, a car. Everything is attracted by gravity. For example, a bottle is thrown upwards the Earth, it will come back thanks to the force of gravity. And talking about throwing objects towards the Earth, this is called freefall. Describe the situation best. Freefall is the act of throwing something up and then, thanks to the force of gravity, going down.
Have you ever been in a moving car? Have you ever wondered why the speedometer goes up or down? Well, in one hand, if the indicator says 0 or stable, it is because it was moving at a constant velocity. Or, in other words, it is because it was traveling the same amount of displacement with respect of time. And on the other hand, if the indicator goes up or down, it is because it was a change on that velocity, causing acceleration. And after a long trip on the car, my favorite destination was the park. Didn't you like to go to a park? Well, in my opinion, the best game in that place was the slide. Did you know that it is an example of an inclined plane? Inclined planes are diagonal surfaces on which objects can sit, or in this case, slide down, experimenting the force of gravity and friction.
For this Pia project, we used 5 balls. The first one was made out of metal and weighted 47 grams. The second one was made out of this styrofoam and weighted 2 grams. The third one, which was an empty plastic bowl, weighted 1 gram. The fourth one was made out of foamy and weighted 3 grams. And then the last one, the Play-Doh, weighted 18 grams.
When an object rolls down an inclined plane, there's an acceleration produced. Therefore, the velocity changes over time. This was demonstrated by the normal force or weight acting upon a sphere, which, with friction of our surface made of metal and the specific material, caused the distances traveled to be less or more over time, which in our case most of them travel the path in 6 seconds. However, the one that reached the longest was metal, and it also took the longest. However, the difference between that one and the shortest the shortest distance was about 80 centimeters, which for a couple of seconds is a great difference in velocity.
Hello, my name is Alan Imanol and I am going to talk about the conclusions. The gravity affects the velocity of an object in free fall because it causes an increase in velocity at a constant rate of approximately 9.8 meters per second on Earth. As the object falls, its velocity continues to rise, leading to faster motions over time. In free fall, near the surface of the Earth, the acceleration of an object is approximately 9.8 meters per second square, direct downward. This acceleration is due to the force of gravity acting on the object, causing it to accelerate towards the center of the Earth. And yes, the mass of the marble directly influences its acceleration as described by the Newton's second law, where the acceleration is inversely proportional to mass under a constant force.